I cut them with the whole side away from the edge. So, and I cut them 3.5 inches wide. And you can get 3 out of each page. So you have to be careful because this edge here on the sheet protector is thicker, and I suggest that you start cutting in and then go back, because otherwise this could get scrunched unless you've got a super sharp fancy cutter, which I don't. I need to get one, but this one suffices for now. And then since our page is 6.25 inches wide, but we're going to fold 1/4 inch under, I want to make the sheet protector just under 6 inches, so I do it at like 5 7/8. Sure, and hold down your cutter, the ruler, hold it down really tight because these are so slippery. You don't want them to slide all over the place. So then the next step, and I'm just going to show you what it is, and then I'm going to go do it, and I'll come back and show you the result. But you take your pages, and remember, this is the folded side is on the, or the scored side is on the left. So you take your sheet protector, which you open up now, it's doubled, and you put it over your page. And I don't know if you can see it in here, but it comes just shy of the score mark. And what we're going to do is sew from this edge over and then up. And then you put on the next one and repeat the process. And I just kind of eyeball space them apart. You want to have a little bit of room between the two so you can get in there. And you want a little bit of room at the top so that things aren't falling out. But you just do that for all of your pages. You make sure when you're stitching, when you put your sheet protector on, make sure that it's really snug against the edge, against the right side when you put it under your presser foot, so that you're not getting it off center. And I don't go right to the very edge of the page. I come up just a tiny bit so that I can see that I've got the sheet protector and the page there. And you will want to reverse stitch just a little bit at the beginning here and at the top here, because you don't want the stitching to come out. And I will do those pages, and then I will come back and show you the finished product. Okay, so the cover is dry now enough, and we can crease the inside folds of our cover. And I just bend it gently so you can see where the crease is. And then I just help it along with the bone folder. I don't want to force it. So you just kind of help it along. Okay, there's our cover. So the next step, and I forgot to tell you about this, are 2 pockets that go on the inside cover. And so I've made the pockets, and then I have sewn on a piece of the sheet protector, and I've just made it not as deep as the pocket itself, as the paper pocket, so you can reach in and get things out of there. So we're going to put those on real quick. So when I'm sewing along, I make sure to keep my fingers, if I'm sewing this side and I have to come up along this edge, I make sure that I hold this down, because it has a tendency to slip and you might get a little wrinkle, and then when you get to the top, the sheet protector piece will be misaligned. So just when you put it under the presser foot, and make sure it's smooth on both sides. And then I always keep my fingers kind of smooth it out and hold it here while I'm stitching. And the other thing is, if you notice here on the corner, I'll get up close, see if maybe you can see it. See the corner, how it's straight across. So if you're stitching with a zigzag stitch and you're going along, if you stop when the needle is to the left, then when you turn it, it goes to the right and it makes that nice neat corner, if that's what you're looking for. And now we have all of our pages and they are stitched and the pockets are all stitched on, and I decided to use red thread just because it's festive and it's all about Christmas, this book is. And now I have folded these 1/4 edges, 1/4 inch edges back. So we're going to start in with the first page and we're going to glue down this edge. And you want it to be real sturdy because it's going to be carrying the weight of all the things that you put inside. So I just start this way and I've got the fold or the bend of the page, and I don't want to come right up on top of that or else it'll get stuck in. So I'm going to start just shy of that, and I'll take my bone folder and just make sure that that's pressed down, and then we just continue on. Now you can overlap these edges a little bit if you want, or you can just butt them up next to each other. So the next one. Okay, so I am back and I have finished doing the ephemera folder. I put some trim on both sides where the two papers meet, and I put a sticker of Santa and Merry Christmas there and Joy of Christmas here, and I used some eyelets and just some red seam binding, the lacy seam binding to tie it. So let's go through and take a look. So you can see how the pages are kind of accordion style, and I have just glued them down. The art glitter glue is just a really strong glue, and that's why I like it. So I actually had enough room to add a couple of extra pages, and what I did was I made them into deep pockets that can hold different ephemera that I have. So I did 3 deep pockets. I am gonna take a quick break and I'll come back and show you what I filled in and how much it holds. Okay, so I'm back and I have filled my Christmas ephemera folder up almost all the way up. I have a few other things that I need to put in, but it just makes everything so handy and easy to get to. And I am sure that I am going to have to make another one because I have more than what I thought, which kind of happens to us, doesn't it? But I still have some room in some of the other top pockets, and a few empty ones as well. So I still have plenty of room to put some things, and all my tags, my fun tags, Christmas words, there's a couple of sheets of that, and appliques, vintage Christmas cards, and recipe cards, and transfers, or rub-on transfers in the back pocket. So I still have quite a bit of room to put things, but I have more than what will fit in here. So I think if I make one more, I will be able to fit all of my Christmas stuff in 2 notebooks. This, everything from this one came out of one plastic type shoebox. So it really reduced the space that I was using for storing that. And I'd much rather have a really pretty book up on the shelf that I can just grab and flip through the pages to find what I need rather than digging through a box. So I'm probably going to make another one at some point and put the rest of my Christmas goodies in volume 2. So I'll probably have in total maybe 4 or 5 of these ephemera folders. I just think they're great. I've emptied in my previous one, the first one that I made, I emptied several large divided, you know, they're really big. They're like the divided plastic bins. I emptied 2 of those into one book. So that saved me a bunch of space right there. And then now this one with one shoebox. So I'm trying to convert everything to easy storage and easy to find, because I get really frustrated if I can't find what I'm looking for right away. And so this definitely helps, because if it's Christmas, it's going to be in my Christmas folder or Christmas ephemera notebook. And so I have them broken down into a couple different categories, and that way it just makes it so much easier to find everything. So I hope the tutorial helped you. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, I will link a couple of other tutorials from other folks that have made ephemera folders, so you can go and watch them as well, because obviously this is not my original idea, and I don't know who came up with the original idea. I haven't heard that in any of the videos that I've watched, and if I did, I don't remember. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I hope you give it a try. Okay, talk to you. Okay, so there's one thing that I don't remember if I said in the video or not, and so I just wanted to show you really quickly. This is another one that I am making, and this one has like a 3.5-inch spine. So if you think you're going to have a lot of stuff that you're going to want to put in your notebook or your folder, you might want to make the spine a little bigger. I could have made my Christmas one a little bit bigger, obviously, now that I know how much stuff I have. But even if I had made it this big, I still don't think I would have been able to fit everything in. But the thing that I wanted to just point out is that when you put your pages in, if you want to have a lot of room in your book, don't put the pages too close together, if you know what I mean. So you've got your 1/4 inch and you've laid them down. Don't overlap them so that they're so close together like this. Make sure that you have a nice gap. That fold that we make is 1/4 inch, and you can overlap them if you don't have a lot of stuff and you don't need a lot of room or a big book. But if you want more room in between each page, make sure that you give yourself that space when you're putting your pages in. Otherwise, you know, if they're too close, you're not going to get very much in there, and the book is going to be overstuffed before you even fill all your pages. So just make sure that you spread it out, and if you want to, you know, spread it out further, go right ahead. It's your book. You can do what you want, but just keep that in mind. Don't put your pages too close together or you won't have enough room. Okay, that's the last tip I have, and thanks for watching and for subscribing, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.